Hi everyone, I'm Mrs. Phelps, and today I'm going to show you how to compare fractions using your Go Math assignment and a fun strategy that I will show you on the camera. Make sure that you take some notes and that you have your workbook ready to go. Ready? Okay, let's begin. So what we're going to learn today is we're going to be using the multiples strategy, and we're going to do that too, and your lesson is compare fractions. Okay, so on your lesson of Go Math, this page right here, it is on page 119 in your workbook. It gave you, as an example, these two fractions, 3/8 and 1/4, and we need to compare them. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a strategy, and it's called the using multiples strategy. We're going to begin by drawing a big letter M for the word multiples, because that's what we're going to use. And now I'm going to write down the two fractions from our Go Math page, which were 3/8 and 1/4. So on top of every peak, 3/8 and 1/4. Now we're going to write the multiples, and we have learned multiples. So we got the 8. So we're going to write 8, 16, 24, 32, and 40. Remember, if you do not remember your multiples, you use your dot strategy that we learned during the school year. You do your 8 dots. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and you use your dot strategy. Here are the multiples of 4, 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. Again, you can use your 4 dots to do your multiples. So you would do 4, and then we got 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9, 10, 11, 12. So you can use your dot strategy. Okay, so now we are going to find the multiple that has, it's the least common multiple. Okay, the least common multiple. And we're looking to see what do they have the same. Here, I can see right away that they both share the 8. They both share the 16. But we're looking for the least common multiple. The least common multiple. And that would be your 8. So we're going to put a dot on the 8. And we're going to look to see how many dots we wrote. We only did 1, so you can do times 1. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. 8 times 1 is 8. 3 times 1 is 3. And our fraction that we're going to compare is 3/8. To get to the 8, we went down 2 multiples. That's how many we used. So that tells us what we need to multiply. 4 times 2. And what you do to the bottom, you do to the top. 1 times 2. So 1 times 2 is 2. 4 times 2 is 8. And now you can see that we have the denominators are the same. They're common denominators. And now you can compare. And you know that 3 is greater than 2, and the denominator is the same. So it is 3/8 is greater than 2/8. And we're going to write the original problem. We had 3/8 and 1/4, and we're going to keep the symbol the same. So 3/8 is greater than 1/4. All right, let's try another one. I know this strategy is going to help you do your assignment. I am going to work on number 2 on page 120. Page 120, I am working on this one right here. So my two fractions are 6/10 and 3/4. 6/10 and 3/4. So I'm going to try to focus a little bit, see if I can get it clearer. Okay, so our strategy, we're going to draw our letter M because we're going to be using our multiples. And the two fractions were 6/10 and 3/4. Okay, now we're going to write our multiples of the denominator, and it starts with 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And you can write 5 multiples. Then we're using our 4. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. We're going to look to see if they share any multiples, and they both share a 20. So we're going to circle it, and we're going to do our dots to see how many multiples did we use to get to it. 1, 2. So we're going to multiply times 2. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. 10 times 2 is 20. 6 times 2 is 12. So here's my first fraction. We're going to draw our dots to see how many multiples did we use to get to the 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's what we're going to multiply by. 4 times 5, and what you do to the bottom, you do to the top. And now we multiply. 4 times 5 is 20. 3 times 5 is 15. And you can see that now they both have the same multiple. The same denominator. Okay? And if we're going to look at the numerators, you know that 12 is less than 15. 12 is less than 15. If you draw a number line, and you start with 0, and then you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, I'm running out of space, 9, 10, 11, I did run out of space, 12, 13, 14, and 15. Okay? You will see that 12 does come before 15. Okay? Alright, so we're going to write down our original fraction. 6/10 is less than 3/4. Okay? Let's try to do another one as an example. I'm going to work on number 6, and I'm still on page 120. So I'm going to draw a little squiggly line, and we're going to do number 6, and I'm still on page 120. I'm going to draw my M, and my two fractions are 6/12 and 2/4. So now I'm going to do my multiples of 12. 12, 24, 36, 42, 48, and 60. 4, 8, 12, 16, and 20. We're going to look for the multiples that they have in common. The 12 is the first one, so that is the least one. We're going to look to see how many multiples did we use to get to it. On this one, we used 1. So what you do to the bottom, you do to the top. 12 times 1 is 12. 6 times 1 is 6. And if you notice, it stayed the same because we only multiplied it times 1. 1, 2, 3. It took us 3 multiples, so we're going to do times 3. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. And 4 times 3 is 12. 2 times 3 is 6. So, what do we notice about this one? What do we notice about this one? That they are equal. They ended up being equal. Okay? So, we're going to write our original problem. 6/12 and 2/4. And this one ended up being equal. If we do it on a number line, well, on this one I'm not going to do the number line because they're both 6/12. Okay, but if we did the next one, let's try to work on number . I am going to work on number 2. And this is on page 123. So, number 2, page 123. Alright, we're going to draw the M. And my 2 fractions are 4/5 and 8/10. And we're going to write our multiples of 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And your multiples of 10, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. I'm going to look for the ones that they share, that they have in common. And I see that they both have a 10, and that is the least common multiple. So we're going to look how many multiples we used. 2. So we're in 5 times 2. What you do to the bottom, you do to the top. 5 times 2 is 10. 4 times 2 is 8. That is my first fraction. And then here, 10, we use 1. So you could multiply times 1, and anything times 1 equals itself. So 8 times 1 is 8, and 10 times 1 is 10. So what do we see again? That they are equal. 4/5 is equal to 8/10. Let's try one more, and then I'm going to let you work on the rest of them. I'm going to work on number 4 on the same page. Sorry. Right here, number 4. And remember, we only want you to work on the ones that you can do independently, and if you need help, then you can send me a message and I will get on and help you. I will get on Zoom and we can Zoom together. Alright, 3/10 and 2/4. So we're going to write your multiples of 3, 6, I'm sorry, write your multiples of 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. See, everybody makes mistakes. Multiples of 4. 4, 8, 12,